everyone. My name is Tomer. I'm the Director of Technology and Operations here at WalkMe. I'm going to talk about WalkMe later on in this presentation. As Guy said, I was supposed to be the one who's talking today, but unfortunately, Maoz, who's the head of customer success, is sick, so I'll be filling in today. I actually came from Israel to San Francisco like 2 weeks ago to kind of work closely with some of our customers. And as you can imagine, my position as the Director of Technology and Operation requires me to work a lot with the customer success team, also with the customers themselves. Okay? So let's jump right in. And let's ask ourselves, why do businesses need to increase their self-service? Okay? The concept of self-service gives the customers confidence. Okay? It empowers them. It gives them the satisfaction of successfully completing tasks by themselves. Tasks and answering and finding answers to their questions. So that being said, it dramatically improves the user experience. Okay? Studies prove that 83% of consumers said they would follow proactive instructions. Okay? Some people don't like to ask for directions, don't like to call centers and wait in line. Okay? Some people want to do stuff by their own. The self-service market is increasingly growing. Okay? It's growing not just because it's fun for the users, it also makes a lot of financial sense. Okay? Self-service strategies not only help increase NPS, but can substantially reduce call centers traffic, deflecting more than 40% of calls to lower cost alternatives. Okay, so businesses like to reduce their costs. Self-service is one of the ways. Why is self-service good for your business? As I mentioned, it improves customer experience. Okay, if the self-service it's easy, it's fun, it's very intuitive, people will use it and they will not call your call centers. Okay, it reduces incoming support requests. It fights customer attrition. I'm sure all of you have tried to maybe purchase something online or do some kind of service online, and you started and you see it's complicated, so you decided just to drop it, and you haven't done it. So if the self-service is good, you will complete the task. Again, as I mentioned, dramatically reduces help desk costs, incoming support requests, inbound calls, first contract resolution, and cost of training. Okay, how do you implement a good self-service in your organization? Well, self-service can be forced. Okay? You can limit options for manual support. You can employ less call centers. You can direct callers for tutorials. And I'm sure you're all familiar with the strategy of let's make the phone number impossible to find in their website. When you go onto a website and you want to call the call center, you just can't find the number. So it will get you even more frustrated and more annoyed. And once you will, most of us will eventually find the number. And when we will call, we will use this frustration on the agent. And it's even worse. So that's a really bad strategy. So what is the right way to encourage self-service? You have to make sure all of your data, all of your information is available and accessible. Okay? All the stuff that your agent in the call center knows should be online. Okay? Not just it should be online, it should be searchable. Okay? If you have a search engine on your website, it should be able to search in all of your knowledge sources. Okay? If it's a knowledge base, documentation, whatever, your search engine should find it. Okay? If people know everything is online, they might use it. Okay? Include the URL of the website. I'm sure you're familiar when you're calling a call center, you have to wait in line and they put that annoying music. So at least once, it says here only once, but at least once, the recording message should be that you have a website and the user might find his answer over there. Okay, so some customers will decide to hang up the call and look for it themselves. Okay, ask agents to pleasantly promote the online knowledge. This is important. If your agent finds the answer and explain it to the customer, it should also tell him where he found it. Okay, if it's online, you should maybe even send him an email with the link, so the next time the customer will know that the answer is out there and he won't call the call center. Blend self-help with assistant help. Okay, make your customer trust your self-service. Making him trusting is just making it really good, okay? Because you trust something that's good, when it's reliable, when it's easy, that's what I mean, make it trusted. Seamless escalation to the agent. I'm sure you're all familiar with sometimes you want to do stuff by yourself, so you try to do it, and just in the middle of the process, you see it's getting complicated, and you decide, okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna call the call center and see and check what the answer is. So if until that point you've entered all kind of identification and account number or whatever, and if you see you have to do it all over again with the agent, the next time you won't try to do it by yourself. You will just call the call center. So the idea is to make it transparent for the user to go to the agent. If he already entered I don't know, all kinds of information, the information should go to the agent, and the agent can continue from there, from that point. Create support communities. Support communities is, you know it for closed forums, okay, when people can ask questions, but only the people from the company can answer it. So it's important in closed forums that someone will be in charge of it, so they won't open tickets that say the same thing all over again. Encourage customers to help each other. This is like, you know it as crowdsourcing or open forums. Okay, when people ask each other, they help themselves, other customers answer them. Okay, it's important to have those. Incentive to customers. Okay, it is important that the customer will know the benefits of him doing things by his own. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. Amazon, they have their bookstore. Okay, you can go to a normal bookstore and buy stuff, but you get a benefit from doing it in Amazon because you can see reviews of other people who like the same same type of books you like. You can see what they think of the book. It has a lot of benefits than just going to a normal store that you can't do that. Okay, so it's important that the customer will know it's efficient, it's easy. Some products are cheaper online than if you go to the actual store. Okay, credit the customer who use the high value of self-service. It's like I just said. If you sell your products for less on the internet, people will decide to try to find a way to do it by themselves and buy it on the internet than going to the shop. Okay, so that you credit the customer. You can have lucky draws. Okay, let's say the 100 user who's using something on your website can get an iPad or something that will encourage them to use it. Okay, this is a very important point. The self-service process is a learning process. Okay, you have to monitor it, you have to measure it, you have to adjust it. Okay, some customers prefer that, some customers prefer the other way. It's really important that you measure everything that goes on in your self-service. Okay, if something looks easy to you, it doesn't actually mean it looks easy to your customer. Okay, so someone should be in charge of that, of measuring it. It's an actual job. Okay, you can track the number of self-service sessions. You should track the number of success rate for assistant support. You should track the regularly audit customers' request to assist support. Okay, all of those are very important for you to understand how to improve your self-service. Okay, so I'm here saying you should use more self-service. It's really good, but you should also avoid using it too much. Okay, because you have to balance it. Because some customers, they like the convenience of calling and someone answers their questions. They don't have to look for something. Okay, I can give you an example. The banks once thought that they can reduce their cost by having the ATM. They invented the ATM, and they put lots of ATM and closed their branches. Well, the customers liked it. It was easy to get the money out and put in checks. But the problem was that now they have no interaction with the bank. Okay, they just search for the best saving program, and they don't care which bank is it because it doesn't matter. You have ATM, you can get your money. So now the banks are changing the way they once thought, and now they're opening branches, they're more engaging the customers, making them realize that they are there for them, and it's not just you can do everything by yourself system. And also there is a point where your customers can grow worry because they will think something is wrong. Why do I have to do everything by myself? If the company doesn't have money to have a normal call center, okay? So it's important to balance those things. Okay, so as I mentioned, it's a learning process. Okay, you have to actually create a plan of how to do it. Okay, you have to test it out, you have to learn from it, you have to adjust it. Carefully choose efficient self-service productivity tools. Okay, there are a lot of tools out there. Not all the tools are the right tools for your organization. Okay, that's the old presentation, but I'm not going to do a demo here. Just there are all kinds of tools. Okay, now I'm going to say what WalkMe is for the people who don't know what WalkMe is. Basically, WalkMe is a tool that helps the website owner create walkthroughs in the website. Okay, so let's say you have a self-service process in your website, but it's not so easy to use, so you create walkthroughs on it that it's like tip balloons that tell the user exactly where you want him to go. So it's like you're sitting next to your user and telling them click here, and help him finish the self-service process. Okay? It is said that by 2015, the marketing budget allocated to retaining customers and increasing loyalty will more than double. Okay, so that's why a lot of organizations are now trying to have more stuff have more processes in self-service. Okay, because otherwise they will have to spend a lot of money on customer support. So I'm going to sum it up. Self-service is here and is here to stay. Over 80% prefer good self-service than calling the contact center, and this number is growing. You don't need to force self-service, okay? It has to be intuitive, it has to be fun, it has to be easy to use. You have to make sure, in order to make it work, you have to make sure all of your data is online, and everything is searchable. You have to carefully choose efficient self-service productivity tools. As I said, there's a lot out there. WalkMe is one of them. Totango is one of them. All kinds of tools. Seamlessly blend self-help with assisted help. And the most important thing, you should monitor it, you should measure it, and you should see how you adjust it and make it work for all of your customers. Do you have any questions?